Welcome to the InforMaven AI Update, a podcast for higher education administrators to discuss the practical use of AI and intelligent agents. I'm JD Mosley-Matchett, the founder and CEO of InforMaven, a company that helps you work smarter by harnessing the power of intelligent agents. And this month, our guest is Dr. Bryan Alexander, a senior scholar at Georgetown University, an author, and the creator of the Future Transform video program. How are campuses structuring their use of AI? Are there any institutions that are structuring their use of AI in interesting ways?
I mentioned a couple of them. So my alma mater, the University of Michigan, has a huge computing power on campus. They've got a lot of a great computer science program. They have a lot of technologists. I mean, and it's a very powerful engineering school. So they are building all kinds of open source tools. And this is a very, very important point for your listeners, that a lot of what gets the attention are the big proprietary AI projects. So you think about ChatGPT from OpenAI, you think about Microsoft's Copilot, you think about Gemini from Google, and so on. And these are powerful tools. It's very, very important to see this. But there's also an open source wing, which is revolutionary and progressing really, really rapidly. In fact, looking at Silicon Valley, a lot of workers will actually be using open source tools while they develop proprietary ones. China has developed an incredible AI industry by building on and then building out open source tools like DeepSeek, for example. And so this is one opportunity that academia hasn't really engaged with, both in the research wing and the teaching wing, to have students and faculty explore open source tools, but also in the operational wing to save money and to use open source tools. So the University of Michigan is doing that, which I think is pretty exciting. To pick a completely different example would be Bowdoin College, a small liberal arts college in Maine, which got a donation from a pretty interesting figure, Reed Hastings, one of the founders of Netflix. And he gave them a few, I want to say $100 million, I'd have to look it up, to establish a center for AI, but in the liberal arts tradition. So you get an interdisciplinary center, which with a lot of strengths in the humanities. You get integration with the student body because the liberal arts, among other things, has a lot of undergrads doing research. And you also have a very high touch system. It's a small campus, and you have a lot of close relationships between faculty, staff, and students, so they can really grapple with AI as a community. Here's another one. Montclair State had, I want to say, 14 different committees working on AI. I might be wrong, it might be just 12, but they were covering it from all kinds of angles, from AI in the library to AI in enterprise software to AI in the classroom, and they were just tackling this from multiple directions with a great deal of coordination and collaboration. One thing they did was set up a campus archive of AI in higher education policies, so that anybody can just dive into those and examine them, which I think is just a great thing for everyone to have. I mean, these are interesting examples. And one last one. And I mentioned the University of Michigan is my alma mater, so the one I'm about to say, please, Ann Arbor, forgive me for saying this. Ohio State University, or the Ohio State University.
Oh, yes.
Announced what they called their AI Fluency effort. So to back up a little bit, there's been a call, which I think is a solid one, for AI literacy. And AI literacy is usually defined as giving the students the ability to think with and think through AI. So they understand the technology to some degree in a general way. They understand some of the issues around it that I've mentioned a few minutes ago. The American University of Armenia has the wonderful Brent Anders, who you may have seen on the Future Transform, JD. He's a terrific, energetic fellow who's done a lot of work. He's published something like 3 books on AI literacy, has a wonderful YouTube channel called Sovrel, and he's been pushing for this. And I think there's a lot of interest in that. But what Ohio State was doing was taking it further, calling it AI Fluency. So basically a ramped up version of AI literacy. And that would plug into individual disciplines. So if I'm going to be a marketing major, so I would learn the general uses of AI, but then focus on AI in marketing. Or if I'm going to be a French major, what it means for the French language and linguistics and so on. I think those are a few that are pretty exciting.
Please visit InforMaven.ai to hear the entire interview.